Hello, lovely viewers. From generations to generations, the subject matter leadership has generated much debate. Whilst others believe that leaders are born, others with the school of thought argue that leaders are made. Who truly is a leader and what at all is leadership? To unearth the wisdom surrounding subject matter of leadership, other thought-provoking issues, join me and my other well-proven leadership trainers on the Wisdom Seat, showing only on Resolution TV, with me, Emmanuel Kwabenadomfe, aka Senobon, as your host. The Wisdom Seat, where wisdom draws. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Wisdom Seat here on Resolution TV, the only channel that gives you an exceptional experience. On this show, we shall unfold what true leadership is. We shall also be aiming at building the capacities of the youth in leadership and in business organizations. Today, I have on the show a young man whom I call a national asset in terms of student leadership, and he goes by the name Harry Aboagye. Mister, you are welcome to the Wisdom Seat on Resolution TV.
Thank you, the great Noble.
You're looking good as usual. And why are you not in pink shirt? They say real men wear pink shirt. So
I think that is a definition of some people. Well, I think I like color pink too, but I decided to be in this on a Saturday. Maybe if you have joined me in my house here on a Sunday, maybe there have been a pinky Sunday, but I think I'll do it this way.
I believe you call me a son, just like I see you as a father. Thank you very much for the nice welcome you've given me in your home. And I must say you have a beautiful house.
It's a pleasure. If you would want to visit here again, why not?
The father and the son first.
That's right.
I believe I'm always welcome.
No problem.
Who is Harry Aboagye? And what leadership role have you played so far?
Okay. Harry Aboagye is a young man from a very humble beginning. I think I stayed in Kumasi at the growing stage of my life. I started school from King's International, about. Growing, I moved to Bethel Methodist. From there, I moved to Kumasi Senior High School. I think leadership started right from the junior high school point, where I was exceptional leader, and moving to the senior secondary school. I went to senior secondary school, not senior high school. So at that point, leadership embraced me from that point. But that was from the spiritual focus kind of leadership. I think almost second year I was a denominational president. Moving to the third year, because of how active I was with the students' union, the scripture union, that's what they call SU. I became a leader in SU, and I became the senior school chaplain of the school in my final year. And as an ex-official member on the executive committee board of the prefect setup, I was automatically an ex-official member of the SRC. So in charge of welfare and planning with the senior school prefect and his assistant. So from there, I moved to the university. That was when I would say the focus for youth activism and a voice in leadership, let me say from that young point started. So I joined the SRC. My first position was deputy SRC PRO. From there I became the substantive SRC PRO. I resigned to contest for SRC president, but I lost by 3 votes. From there, because it was a private university, the focus was also into the Private University Students Association of Ghana. Those were the, I would say, the active belligerent days of PUSAC. That was when you would get activists shooting from various buildings and quarters to make sure that PUSAG was in shape, because as at that time, the activists in MOOCs and University Students Association of Ghana were most vociferous, but PUSAG was not catching up, so they needed a voice, they needed some vehemence to catch up with the fire. And those were the days we were calling the shots in PUSAG. So I think I served on various committees, the PR committee, the media, and other setups. So from there, I decided to contest for PUSAG national president. And there, I think we are friends. One of my good friends, currently the MOOCs president, Jihad. I think we've been friends for close to a decade now. So as at that time, I tried to contest for PUSAG president, and he also decided to contest for PUSAG president. So as friends, in order not to cause any hot blood, we decided that, okay, he should contest for president. I mean, the whole contingent from Accra moved to Kumasi to meet him to make a decision. So I decided that it's about the platform to serve, not necessarily who becomes a president or who becomes this. It's about pushing the PUSAG focus to be recognized on the national platform of educational discourse, so that when the Minister of Education sits to discuss policies concerning the movements of students' activism, after all, if you are tabling MOOCs, if you are tabling USAC, if you are tabling GAPS, you will table PUSAG too. You get it?
Sure.
So we agreed, and Isaac Jihad contested for PUSAG president. I contested for PUSAG national press and info. So as at that point, we had a whole lot of issues at Congress. Congress was so staged with drama scene, security issues. I mean, it was a heated one, because every decision that happened at the PUSAG ground had a rippling effect at what goes on MOOCs. So you can understand the heat that was happening. So I think I would say the system was not friendly on my side. My friend Isaac had lost. I lost marginal points because the system owners then had their interest. You get it? So from that point, I took consolation from the Minister of Railways Development,
Current Minister
Joe Gatti. I think I and Heidi sat down and we discussed on issues. Charlie, we are able men. The fact that delegates did not endorse our candidature to the national executives of PUSAG doesn't mean that is the end. If you read the history of Bugatti, one of the exceptional leaders in the Akufo-Addo government, but from SRC to whatever, there was no position he contested in the student leader that he won. His first shot was to be a member of parliament. He served in various capacities, exceptional on committee levels. I mean, he's revered in parliament. That's why if you watch a veteran, all those with that capacity who have passed through the mill in parliament, they were not too stretched when they had their back. And Joe Gatti was part. And when he started, you can see his ideas, I mean, all that is introduced in the railway field. You get it. So I told him, if today is not our time, tomorrow may be our time. But as at that point, I decided that if I am not given the opportunity by delegates to lead PUSAG, that is not the end. It's a long journey. I'm a young man. I have targets, I have plans. The fact that I did not win does not mean the guy who won then is better than me in capacity. You get it?
Sure.
From that point, he told me to work with him. That time too, after losing that election, I worked on the MOOCs National Committee for International Relations. And I think their media set up too, because that time, one of my cardinal friends, Thomas Techibonsu, that year too, he was the press and info for MOOCs. So I worked on this.
I remember that was the year the division started, the second division.
Exactly. So I worked with him and his honest committee. So I also help the peace advocacy. It's about the platform to help society, the platform leader of. That is my belief in this whole thing called leadership. You get it? So my life has been about service. So right from that point, I think a generation was moving out and a new generation was coming to first year, second year, third year. I decided that with my experience and capacity, I would decide to mentor people. That was when even people started identifying who I really was. If maybe I ended up as a PISA person info, after that I would have decided to think about myself and move to do other things. But losing there, somebody losing SRC president contest, coming to national, losing again. As at that point, after that loss, people wanted to prepare me for next president. I told them I am done with this contest. So I tried to release people, I tried to mentor people.
And I'm privileged that I'm one of your mentees.
So I think that has been my life, and I believe that if the focus, the mentality, and the psyche of the people we think we are building for today should help the future, service over self should be encouraged.
So, Mr. Hariabodi, not to cut you short, but I believe our viewers want to know that from religious leadership in your days of JHS to SRC leadership in SHS and then to university days where much were seen from you. And I've just attested to the fact that I am privileged to be one of your mentees. We want to know currently what role do you play in leadership?
Okay, currently I think that right from the student activism days, I think, in all honesty, there was a bite of politics. So I had a side, which is the red, white, and blue. So I think I have been working with them. I write, I communicate. I've been researching for the headquarters, the National Communication Bureau of the New Patriotic Party. I'm serving as a board member with the National Students Awards. I'm serving on some youth committees. So I think that is, I'm schooling too. So I think that is what life has been about for now. Because in all these things we are doing, I believe that there should be a target. You see, in talking to you, I've been talking about capacity. I told one of my sons that, you see, capacity is everything. The distinction between the ministers of today, those who are talked about every day and those who are not talked about, the distinction is capacity. You see, and capacity is what you prepare to become. You get it? So you don't know, as you are sitting here today, you are on Resolution TV. Tomorrow you are going to BBC. As you sit here, the capacity you build is connected to your preparation. So when that preparation meets that opportunity and there is an intercourse, it's a boom.
So when that preparation meets that opportunity, there is a boom. Then let's move on. People would want to know, how did you get to where you are today?
It's a decision of
because
character.
This program aims at building, like you're saying, capacity building. Let's build the capacity of our viewers. So how did you get there?
It's a decision of character. It's a decision of confidence. It's a decision of not giving up. If you read the history of the people who are making it today, not just in Ghana, but who are moving the world, you will know that life is a process. Life is not a shortcut. You see, if you don't appreciate the nitty-gritties of process, you will not be noticed even when you are given the opportunity. That is why somebody can be made a minister today, another can be a minister tomorrow, on in that same office, in that same capacity, but you will see difference. You don't just shoot from 1 to 100. You will need to appreciate process. I continue to tell you, whenever I talk about process, I get so passionate because we live in a generation today. Everybody wants to be big, but becoming big started from being small to big, bigger, biggest. Why is it that today's generation alone don't want to pass through that trajectory? You see somebody driving today, somebody who doesn't even have a 3,000 Ghana cedis want to drive a car which is $100,000. And how they talk about it means that even if they would have to kill somebody to get it, they will do it. But you ask yourself, the person who is driving that car, what is the age of that car? What has been the personal experience? What has been the process build up of that person? This generation don't want that. We just want to arrive. We just want to arrive. Look at you, look at the intelligent questions you are asking. Look at the intelligent things you are doing in your life. Do you think that you see they don't have a problem? I do. Somebody will sit and watch you on Resolution TV and think that all is well. I want to be just like Noble. But that person will not come and ask you, Noble, what processes did you pass through to get to this seat? That is what this generation don't want. We are so quick to associate with people who have succeeded, great people, successful people. When they begin to open up about their process to see people running away, because nobody don't want to pass through the mill. But the great people of today, they are registering their names because they gave up comfort and decided to pass through the process. So I want to stress, I'm stressing on process. If you are watching me, listen, you don't make it in life by noise. You make it in life by passing through the process with silence. And when you succeed, your success will make a noise.
Mr. Kariabwaj, that's very impressive experience you've had. And I believe that a lot of people watching you right now, there are a lot of them that knows you, especially student leaders. And most of them will be shocked with the revelations you've given today. Myself, I'm new to some of the things you've said today. Now, you are very young, and I believe most people can see from everything that you're very young. And according to the UNFPA, many young people are unable to enter into leadership. What do you think, in your opinion, is the cause?
First of all, let me be very honest. The UN to me is a biased union. You see, these people, I am not against their setup. I am not against whatever they are doing. But my problem starts with the people who are our leaders, who represent themselves on the various UN committees. You get it? You see, we need to appreciate who we are, and we need to appreciate where we are coming from. Giving the needed opportunity, encouragement, and platform, I am of the greatest conviction that Noble, there's one guy I know, great guy, he's called Randolph. I believe that guy can be a minister for information in his late 20s. You get it? But we live in a culture that will not even give you that platform. That will not even encourage you, because we believe the best in society should come out from the people who are in their old age. That is why we have a constitution that will only allow you to be able to be eligible to contest for even presidency when you are 40 years. That talk that life begins at 40 is an African talk. What is the UN doing to change our focus and our perception on that line? Ask yourself, what is the age of the France president? You see, the African setup says that the France president controls the francophone enclave of the African setup. That is why even in the budget of the francophone countries, there is a subsidy that is taken to France to help their budget. How old is that guy? How old is Cote d'Ivoire president? How old is the Beninois president? What are we doing to ourselves? Rise up to do something phenomenal as a young man. We will easily change the definition of confidence to arrogance. He's an arrogant guy, he doesn't respect. You know why? It is because you are too full of capacity that they can't contest you. So the best they will do is to tag you as an arrogant person. Because we believe in our cultural setup. You see, the way we do our things, we believe that it should happen for the oldie before it happens for the young.
Well, that comes back to my next question.
So until we change the cultural imprint, that until you get to this age, you aren't capable of this, you continue to be how we are.
You made mention of a young man, Randolph Amankwa, as one person you believe.
I made mention of yourself too.
Sure, you believe, and so let me use myself for example. You know, last year I contested for assemblyman, and I remember vividly that one woman, upon hearing my manifesto and everything I intend doing, said, "Young man, I believe you can do, but you know what? I'm not going to vote for you because I don't see you to be somebody who can pay huge sum of money at funerals when it comes. So I'm not going to vote for you." In this is an example of some challenges young people face in this society in terms of entering into leadership. What do you think, in your opinion, are some of the challenges apart from what I've said?
That's what I said. The cultural imprint. You see, now in our setup, corruption is a culture. Bribery is a culture. You see, you can be whoever you are. There are some doors, if you don't tip arms, you will not enter. We sit on TV and we make it look very artificial that this thing is that is. But you see, we are clearly imprinting some of these things in our cultural setup. You see, even in your house, meet these small boys and small girls. The one that you send and you give money to, and the one that you send and you don't give money to, compare both their reaction to you. You get it? We are formalizing corruption and bribery. And I'm telling you, I want anybody who is ready to debate me. I'm saying that there are some doors in this country, in our African center, even in Europe, they are also corrupt. There are some doors, I'm telling you, you can be most capable to Jesus level. If you don't believe the answer of some people, you will not unlock that door. You get it? The difference between us and those people is that, you see, corruption is there, but corruption is punishable. Here, corruption is here, but because of how it is normalized, we find it difficult to punish.
So to you, the challenges of the youth, what is preventing us from entering into leadership is corruption.
I'm saying that
is one of the causes.
I'm saying that cultural imprint, and the cultural imprint, I'm telling you the details of that cultural imprint. Why do you think the woman said you cannot pay? The woman said you cannot pay because how many years have you even worked to save money? You get it? Somebody who worked for 30 years, work for 20 years, would save money, whatever, come and give it to them for them to chop, and you vote for that person. So do you, at the neglect of even capacity.
So do you agree with the likes of Honorable Kennedy Japan and then our Deputy Minister of Education, Honorable Yawadichu, that young people, the youth, should have some work or have some career before they venture into leadership?
It's in fact, like I would say there are two different things altogether. Building career and building financial wherewithal, it's a different thing altogether. You understand? When Kennedy Japan was entering into politics, how much did he have?
I believe he had.
What is the capital investment of education in politics?
Viewers, this has been the Wisdom Seat on Resolution TV, the channel that gives you exceptional experience. I believe you enjoyed our discussion today. We have an in-depth knowledge in leadership from our guest, Mr. Harry Abuaji, and I believe we are going to make positive impact in our society from today.